taking the, he was taking the association of devotees, even in the deer body. Though he was not able to do practice, but whatever he can do, he was trying to do. So, yeah. What did Bharat lament about after occupying the body of a deer? Please raise your hand if you are ready for the, you can read it, understand it, and raise your hand. Where is the list? Okay. Ajinkya Prabhu, Bhakti Siddhant Prabhu. Madhusudan Prabhu. Others also can try. Others can, you can speak in Hindi, English, Marathi, any language. Okay. Yes, Madhusudan Prabhu.
Prabhu, third one. Third one, third.
Okay. What did Bharat lament about after occupying the body of deer? He lamented about, lamented that he went to forest to attain the Lord, but ended up getting a deer body. Lamentation means shok, dukh hona. So he was lamenting, I went to the forest to attain the Lord. He gave up everything, but at the end, instead of attaining the Lord, he became a deer, an animal. Certainly, this was a worthy of lamentation. Yes, Ajinkya Prabhu, anything else?
Mine also third option.
Okay, Siddhant Prabhu. Who is there?
Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, third and fourth, he lamented that he went to forest to attend the Lord, but ended up getting a deer body, and he lamented that he forgot the goal for which he had gone to the forest.
He even forgot the goal for which he went there. This happens actually. People start their endeavor with the right intention and the right goal, but eventually, but they forget it, and this they get into all kinds of things. For example, so many people begin their engineering colleges with the for come for education, but then they realize that there are so many things. They get into so many cultural activities. They got so many competitions. They get into so many bad habits. पर पहले कभी सुना भी नहीं रहता ड्रग्स वगैरह, कभी सुना भी नहीं रहता कि they have not thought about all other temptations, but when they come to that association they get dragged away, so they lose the track for what purpose they are going. So this may happen even to the spiritualist. Yes, Nitin Pro.
Prabhuji, fourth option is correct, Prabhuji.
Okay. He lamented that he forgot the goal for which he has come for the forest.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So both third and fourth are right. He lamented for both. Okay, next. After occupying the body of a deer, how do you know that Bharata was serious about going back to Godhead?
After occupying the body,
मतलब कि कैसे हमें पता चलता है कि हरिण भरत हरिण के शरीर में आध्यात्मिक जीवन के लिए सीरियस थे? क्या साइंस है उसकी? Omkar, bro, would you like to try? Okay. Tejas, bro.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandakrana.
Dandakrana.
Third option Prabhuji.
What is that? His prayer to Supreme Lord at the end of life shows that he has led life in God consciousness. Hmm. Yes. So this Harin, deer, he was always in conscious about his mistake, conscious of Krishna, and always prayerful that prayerful to the Lord to give me one more chance. He was not convinced, he was not determined not to misuse the opportunity if given. So that he was always prayerful. Okay. Anything else? Ajinkya, bro.
Prabhuji, first option.
First option. His austerities for not eating succulent grass, avoiding bad company, and aspiring for saintly association proves it. It was not just the prayer, but you can see it in actions also. Otherwise, people they only praying but do nothing for it. So he was, even as a deer, he was practicing austerities. What was the capacity he had? Okay. Yes, Madhusudan, bro. Anything else?
First and second, Prabhu.
Second, his
First and
lamentation.
second,
Yeah,
both of them.
yeah. His lamentation was a past mistake and resolve to stick to serious spiritual life proves it. So first, there was a lamentation for the mistake he has done. There was a resolve to practice spiritual life. The result was seen in his activities by austerities, and till the point end of life, he maintained that resolve by praying to the Lord at the time. That's anything else? Remaining 1/4. He's careful. Okay, all four are true. His carefulness never to forget the Supreme Lord, Supreme Lord in all circumstances. Okay, all four are true. What precautionary measures do you take to avoid becoming a prey to bad things that take you away from Krishna consciousness? So, what precautions we can take in our life so that we don't get dragged away from the goal for which we have begun the spiritual life? So, we also began our spiritual life with enthusiasm, but what precautionary steps we can take that we don't get carried away? Sanju Prabhu, please.
चार नंबर प्रभु
4 number. I never miss my weekly Bhagavad Gita class where I get my batteries charged. Right. So these weekly classes are like the charger. And so whole week we get lost in our activities and mind get distracted in different things. But these weekly classes are like a charging the batteries. You reinforce your conviction. You reinforce your understanding. It's a like a charging your batteries. So therefore, precaution means what? We take care that we come regularly together. We practice this. Otherwise, this will remain only theory. This will just daydream. Yes, Rohit Pro.
Prabhuji, third one and fourth one.
Third one. I avoid boys who break.
And fourth one.
I avoid boys who break regulative principles and drag their friends into such habits. So it is said that if you want to know who we are, just tell me who are your 5 friends. That is sufficient. If I know who your friends are, I can tell you who you are. Because knowingly or unknowingly, we become average of who we associate with. Certain quality of some person, certain aspects of some personality, certain aspects of certain other personality. So we become an average of the 5 with whom we associate the most. So therefore, if we expose ourselves to such a degrading association which drags us down, then obviously we'll succumb to it. Then the following regulative principles will be a challenge. So whole your energy will be gone into resisting it. So understand a determination is also an asset which is limited. So do not waste your determination in fighting with the negativity. Use your determination to cultivate positivity. So fighting with negativity actually drains you out of your energy. But when you use that same determination for the positive aspects, that actually propels you towards the growth. So important criteria is that the whom we associate with. Does it mean that we have to fight with them, we have to give up them? No, it's not like that. Association means when you start sharing values with each other. What he considers important, the day you start considering that as important, actually you are taking his association. Otherwise, you can sit by side, you can study books. That is not a problem at all. You can be there, hi, hello, not a problem. But as soon as you start valuing the things which he values, it means you are taking his association. So therefore, we should be very careful. Are our values? Are we taking values from them? Or are we giving our values to them? So that is association. So we should avoid such a company which they preach to you that okay, following breaking regular principles is the cool thing. It's the best thing to do. Okay, where is that? Yes, Vishal, bro.
Hare Krishna, Dandatna Prabhuji. I think first, third, and fourth option is correct.
Okay, first, third, and fourth. I flank myself with boys with good habits, pious disposition, and focus in academics. Yes. So this is my point is that you focus on your positive things. Find out good people, good friends with whom you can spend time. Okay, who are who actually encourage us, who are serious about their studies, who will help us in academics. You find out such a friends and associate with them. use your energy on good things, not fighting the negativity. Just choose your association wisely. Okay. Madhusudan bro.
Yes, Prabhu. First, third, and fourth.
Okay, first, third, and fourth. Okay, what is the second then? I can't say how long will I survive in spiritual life, as this world is dangerous place of Maya. So becoming a prey to bad things. Yes, it is a dangerous place of Maya, but doesn't mean that you have to you, you have to die. You can survive. Nitin Prabhu is saying, Prabhuji, I don't get third option. Please, can you explain? कौन सा क्वेश्चन का था बाबा? ये क्वेश्चन की previous question.
This question only,
For
Prabhuji.
this question, I avoid boys who break regulatory principles and drag their friends into such habits. Yes. So now you'll have friends, and they'll say, कि, okay, I have there is a birthday party of this guy. So रात को 12 बजे हम birthday बनाएंगे उसका. Okay. So then you you go with the boys for a birthday party. Now the birthday party में वो आपको उधर दारू भी देंगे सबको. Free ना, so everyone is happy. So then they will say, okay, this is not good. He say, अरे मेरा birthday ये ले लो. Emotional blackmail भी होगा. What is the use? अरे ये कुछ नहीं होता है, simple है. मैं ले रहा हूँ, कुछ हुआ क्या मुझे? Nothing. Everyone takes. So start like this, they start preaching. Like that.
Prabhuji, that second part and drag their friends into such habits. I'm not getting that. Which that talking about which exactly habits in that question.
Oh,
Second part.
which habits?
Yes, Prabhuji. That second part I'm not getting.
So the Prabhupada has given us these 4 regulative principles. So these are the most degrading habits. First is that the no meditating. Well, these are the good habits, but meditating is the bad habit, where there is a violence required involved. Why it is important? Because one who is committing a violence, he cannot. He's so insensitive that he is not sensitive about the pains of others. Such a person cannot make spiritual advancement. So, meditating, intoxication of all sorts, drugs, liquor, and all sorts of intoxications, even including tea, coffee. Then the gambling, all sorts of gambling, where the one wants to make money without working hard. And the fourth is the illicit sex, or the sex outside of marriage life, before the marriage and outside marriage. So these are degrading habits. Anything close to come. Right? Anyone, these are the 4 regulative principles. So if you associate with the people who are regularly breaking these principles, then they will glorify you, that how it is cool, how it is nice, and then they will preach to you. Right? So then whole of your energy goes into negating. So better is to avoid such association. That is degrading association. So take up association with the people who are pious, who naturally follow these principles, who are interested in the spiritual life, who are serious about their studies.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay.
So go to the next. Yeah, 1, 1, 3, 4. So this deer, when left his body, then in the next life he became a son of a Brahmana. And now he was a conscious. And he could remember all his previous lives. He knew that he was a King Bharat. He knew that he had become a deer because of his blunder. And he knew now he got this opportunity by Krishna's grace, that now he can perfect his life in this lifetime. So he was fully determined. He was fully determined to perfect his life in this life itself. So therefore, as he grew up, Jad Bharata becomes very much afraid of his friends and relatives because they were very materialistic and not at all interested in making spiritual progress. Therefore, although he was very intelligent, he behaved just like a madman. He pretended to be dull, blind, and deaf, so that mundane, mundane people would not try to talk to him. But within himself, he was always thinking of the Lord and remembering his glories, which alone can save one from repeated birth and death. So here we can see now he was extra cautious. Now he didn't want it to get entangled in any material affairs. Neither he wasn't, because he has no ambitions now. What is the ambition left for him? He was the king of the whole planet. He has seen all this. So right now there was no ambition left in him. So he was only ambition he had was that now this should be the last birth. And this is possible by remembering Krishna, by focusing our mind on Krishna. So always conscious of Krishna. So therefore, he was always thinking within himself of the Krishna's activities, his holy name, his pastimes. But outside, he was very, very careful for not getting entangled. So therefore, he himself showed just like a madman, just like a dumb man, an unintelligent person. That as if he doesn't know anything. He used to, his father used to try him to teach Sanskrit. He used to show him that he doesn't understand even basic ABCD of Sanskrit, and father tried so much to teach him, he couldn't learn. Father, he was a Brahmana. Father tried to teach him how to chant Gayatri Mantra. He couldn't learn that also. Simple thing, how to wash his hand, how to how to clean himself. The simple things his father tried to teach him, but he would not learn. He had 9 other brothers, step brothers actually. So everyone thought that he's just like a dull, unintelligent person. Though he was the most intelligent and most evolved personality. Father, out of affection for the son, he was very much interested to teach him, but seeing him that he's such a dull and not responding, actually he left his body after a while. Then these sons, 9 other sons, brothers, they felt he's useless, fit for nothing. Yeah. So then it is observed that only he does some labor work. So they used to engage him in some farm. खेती में कुछ काम देते थे थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर कर. That also he couldn't understand which is कहाँ पे level करना है, कहाँ पे ऊपर करना है. तो that also he not understand. And they used to feed him what are the remnants of the at the home. जो भी बचा कुचा खाना था वो देते थे उसे. But he was very happy with that whatever comes. He was not at all interested in the worldly success. Can you think of a way to escape a friend who is adamantly calling you for a movie? अभी तो कोई मूवी देखते ही नहीं रहेंगे, देखते ही नहीं अभी. Anyway, nowadays nobody has to go to theater to watch a movie. You can get a you can watch even on the mobiles, right? So, but we need to be alert that we have to waste time. Time is precious.
Can you think
Someone can give some reasons quickly.
of a friend from who is academically?
One hand is above. Hand is above. Siddhant Guru, please tell me. Hari bol.
I can't use some ways can that I have.
Ajinkya bro.
That was right.
Prabhuji, first option.
I can give some excuse that
I can
I have to
him.
study my
I
subjects for the
understand. I mean,
upcoming exam next week. Just because friend is calling doesn't mean you have to go only. You understand what is good for you, na? Why need to get carried away? So the people boast. Tomorrow is exam. Today I went to the cinema theater and watched the movie. Is it valor? ऐसा कुछ तीर गाड़ा है क्या? हाँ? कल एग्जाम है और आज मैंने मूवी देखने के लिए गया था और ऐसा ऐसा बताते हैं जैसे कि बहुत कुछ बड़ा काम किया है. That is a foolishness. Okay? That is a foolishness. So intelligence is to tell them, okay, give some other reason. That is the intelligence. Yes, Rohit bro.
Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna कौन है?
Omkar Prabhu.
Yes, Omkar, please. Tell.
Guruji, I can tell him I am not interested in a movie. I am only chanting Hare Krishna.
Yes, you can see. You need not to be ashamed of it. Just I don't like it. As simple as that. Right? So I don't like watching movies. Or previously I used to like before. I don't like now. And I like to get involved into the spiritual activities. So I'm happy with that. I don't. So you can assert yourself, my dear friends. You need not to be always apologetic. You can assert yourself. Need not to be arrogant, but you can frankly tell, this is the way I am, and this is the way I want to lead my life. Yes, Sanjay bro.
Second number, bro.
I can tell him I am not interested in novels. I like to. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Anyone else? All are true. But as you fed best, it can be offered. Why did Jada Bharat not protest when his brothers insulted him? His brothers used to insult him. Have you? Because he's not to do the work or anything. कुछ knowledge ही नहीं था उसे. ऐसा लगता था कुछ knowledge ही नहीं था. ना बोलने में बराबर था, ना काम में बराबर था. Simple कैसे खुद को clean करना था वो भी पता नहीं था उसे. So they used to make a taunt of him. They used to call him Brahma Bandhu. Brahma Bandhu is Gali actually. It means that you are not the Brahmana. You are lower than Brahman. That is Gali actually. So in this way, they used to make a taunt on him, but still he used to tolerate. Yes, go through it, please, in your other hands. Yes, Rohit Pro.
Prabhuji, first one and third one.
First and third one. He was completely liberated from bodily concept of life. Yes, because he didn't bother. He did never. Now he didn't consider himself as body. He was completely aware that he is a spirit soul, and anything which was done, said, it was about the body. So therefore, he was not agitated. So if someone says that if someone says someone किसी को बोलते आप कुत्ता हो, so you become angry, isn't it? Why? Because you identifying yourself as this human being, as a body. कुत्ते को कुत्ता बोले तो उसको कुछ नहीं लगेगा, because anyway he's identifying with the कुत्ता. So this anger comes because we identify with this body, but actually neither we are dog, neither we are human. The soul has no connection with any of this. So when we actually realize our true self, so then we are actually not affected by the bodily designations. What is the third? He did not want to be distracted by time, this time, anything as it is happened in the earlier life. So he did not want it to get distracted. There are two kinds of distraction. One is the raga, means attachment, where you want things, and dvesha means you hate things. Both are the two kinds of the same thing. Certain things you hanker for, and certain things you try to avoid for. So as soon as you try to avoid certain things, that is also kind of you get involved in that. So you didn't want to get affected by that. Okay. Who else is there? He didn't want to be distracted by time anything happening like that. Why did Jadabharat not protest when his brothers insulted? Okay, anything else? Madhusudan bro.
First and third, bro. First and third.
Yeah. What should we do when someone insults us? It's a big thing. Kindly go through nicely, read it. And answer. I will ask someone now. Sai Prabhu. Sai Prabhu, you are able to hear me?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Third option, Prabhu.
Third option. I will analyze why they said what they said and check who what is there and check who was at fault. If I was, I will say sorry and rectify my fault and try to improve. If they were at fault, I will point out the problem without blaming the person. I will try my best to act like a gentle devotee of God. Okay. We'll discuss this. Any other opinions? Rajesh Hotkar bro.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु.
Hare Krishna.
आवाज येतोय प्रभु.
हो येत आहे.
सेकंड प्रभु जी सेकंड.
Second, I will give back a greater dose of insult. If we don't do that, people take us cheaply. Yes, we hit for that. Huh?
Second.
Second. Okay. Yes. Omkar bro.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes, bro.
Option third is absolutely correct.
कौन तानाजी bro बोल रहे क्या? Who is
हाँ?
speaking? Who is speaking?
Option third is correct. बोल. I will analyze why they said and what they said and check who was at fault.
Okay. ओमकार bro बनत है ना?
पंकज प्रभु.
कौन?
पंकज प्रभु.
हाँ. Because यहाँ पे जो नाम ओमकार दिख रहा है इसलिए I'm just I'm not able to see the screen. Okay, Pankaj bro. Okay, third. Anything else? Let me see who all are there now. This is interesting, huh? Nitin bro, what do you think?
Prabhuji, Vittal Prabhuji speaking, please.
Yes, Vittal Prabhu.
तीसरा पर्याय प्रभु जी.
Isra Pariyay, I will analyze why they said what they said and check who was at fault. If I was, I will say sorry and rectify my fault and try to improve. If they were at fault, I will point out the problem without blaming the person. I will try my best to act like a gentle devotee of God. Amazing. Thank you. Nice to hear you after a long time. Madhusudan bro.
Third and fourth, Prabhu.
Oh, third and fourth. I will tolerate and go on with my spiritual life. I can't afford to spoil my spiritual consciousness, fighting back with everyone for every small mistake they do. Okay. Ajinkya bro.
Prabhuji, I think fourth option will be appropriate for me.
Hey, wow, he has used a beautiful word. Appropriate for me. Okay. Yes, Siddhant bro.
Prabhuji, fourth option is correct, Prabhuji.
Fourth option is correct. Interesting. These options are very interesting. So by tolerating insults in life, we get career growth and can go to the high ranks in company. Obviously not. Even if you tolerate, those who are in the company, so they, even if they tolerate, they keep on tolerating and the promotion किसी और का होते रहता है. I will give back a greater dose of insult. If you don't do that, people take us cheaply. I will give back a greater dose of insult. If you don't do that, people take us cheaply. Okay. I will analyze why they said what they said and check who was at fault. If I was, I will say sorry and rectify my fault and try to improve. If they were at fault, I will point out the problem without blaming the person. I will try my best to act like a gentle devotee of God. I will tolerate and go on with my spiritual life. I can't afford to spoil my spiritual consciousness, fighting back with everyone for every small mistake they do. So second, third, and fourth, these are kind of conflicting with each other. So I will give back a greater dose of insult. If we don't do that, people take us cheaply. That may be true, that when somebody insults you, and you don't do anything, so then you feel like, okay, people will take us cheaply. So the people stop taking it cheaply, not by how you give those back of comment and criticism to them. People stop you taking cheaply when they see the substance in you, when they see the consistency in you, when they see and the positive substance in you, then they don't take it cheaply. Are you getting? It is not by the verbal insult. If someone insults you, then you give back the insult. That doesn't mean he doesn't take it cheaply. The person you stop you taking cheap, will not take it cheaply if you are serious, if you have substance, if you really have some substance. So then people will not, it will not happen. But if you lack the substance, then even if you fight back, actually you are coming to that level. The person is dragging you, you are already coming to that level. Okay. Third option, I will analyze why they said what they said and check who was at fault. If I was, I will say sorry and rectify my fault and try to improve. If they were at fault, I will point out the problem without blaming the person. I will try my best to act like a gentle devotee of God. So this sounds good. So we can practice this, but there is one little issue over there. Little issue is that people, you are filled with the people, surrounded with the people, and constantly people are giving you comments, feedbacks, and criticism. So you, if you decide to correct everyone, if you decide to analyze everyone, if you decide to, so then instead of focusing on your own thing, you'll get distracted and lost into the people only. People won't change. So bear in mind, I'm not talking about this as somebody trying to harm us. This is not the intention here. But the uh, um, people are just criticizing us. This is a verbal. It is not that there's some plot is there and then uh, you don't do anything to protect yourself. But in general, people who are criticizing, uh, ऐसा क्यों करता है, ये क्या कर रहा है, घर पे क्यों कर रहा है, तिलक क्यों लगा रहा है, बाबा बनी जा रहा है. So, like that, thousands of comments people will pass, but there is no point in correcting each and every one. It will just only take your consciousness away. But if you are able to tolerate that and focus your energy on your spiritual practice, that is the whole thing. I will tolerate and go on. I can't afford to spoil my spiritual consciousness fighting back with everyone for every small mistake they do. So the correcting the others is not our duty. Try to understand. We should not get affected. That is our responsibility. So by these comments and we should not get affected. So that is possible if you are able to tolerate. So the first option will be that fourth. That is, let us tolerate and focus on what we want to do. But if you can't tolerate, see, there are thousands of small things happening. So better to tolerate. But one or two things will be there which you need to clarify. If you can't tolerate, then come to the third option. Clarify and settle. And the second option will be the last, whether you come to his level and try to insult back. It means that already your consciousness is falling there. So the fourth is the best option, and if not possible, come to the third. That much is okay with the devotees. Let's see. Fourth is the best option, but on certain issues, if you can't do that, come to the third. So this Bharat. So 5 minutes will complete the discussion, and then another 5 minutes we'll have 1 or 2 questions, and 9-10 we are going to stop it sharply. So the Bharat Maharaj, she was looking like a dull man. So these 9 brothers engaged him in the farm for the night duty. कोई भी जानवर वगैरह आते हैं उसको से रक्षण करने के लिए उन्होंने खेती पे उनको मचान पे बिठाया था. So there was some dacoits, thieves. They were doing some puja for the Kali, and they were offering a human being, nar bali dene wale the. So for that they had some person which they are going to offer to the Kali. That person ran away. So now they were looking for someone else. So they looking when they came and they saw this Jada Bharat. He was perfect. He was stout, strong, and the dull person like animal. So it is good. We can offer him as a body to the baby. So they caught him, tied him, and they took him to the place where they were about to sacrifice. They purified him, fed him nicely, worshipped him, and then the chief priest, he was about to cut his head. Suddenly what happened, that the Durga, she came from the deity. Deity broke, and the Durga personally came. Kali, not Durga, Kali form. She personally came. She took that same chopper and cut the head of that thieves. She came along with all these her associates, and she was so angry. She cut the head of these thieves, and they drank the blood, and all the thieves associates were destroyed, and the associates of Kali, they actually started playing with their heads. Because all the devatas are nothing but the devotees of Lord. In the name of God, they were killing the devotee. How can they tolerate? One of the name of Durga is Vaishnavi. How can she tolerate the murder of another Vaishnava before her? Immediately she came and protected the Bharat Maharaj. Why did Jad Bharat not protest when he was taken by the robbers to be killed? He was dull and deaf and blind with his relatives and friends. No, he was not dull. Second, he thought it was best to give up life as the 9 stepbrothers had already misstated. No, because Lord has given full assurance to his devotees of protection. Due to his complete faith that there was no way he could escape from the robbers now. Answer is third. Because he had full faith on the protection of Krishna. So when we talk about protection, it is not just about the body, it is about the soul. So therefore, he was completely assured on the well-being that Krishna will have for him. If Krishna wants us to protect, he will protect me. If Krishna feels that it is better for me to go to the next body, he will take it. So he's completely felt safe in the hands of Krishna. He himself was not trying to protect himself, neither he was trying to avoid the death. This is the sign of a self-realized person. He was actually at the level where he understood he's not his body, he's the soul. What would you infer from this instance of Kali decapitating her own worshippers? So what do you understand that the Kali has killed his own devotee, not devotee, but they call so-called devotees who are worshippers. Yes. So demigods are devotees of the Supreme Lord and they cannot tolerate seeing the Lord's great devotee abused or killed. So people think that okay, if I don't worship Kali, what will happen? अरे बाबा काली भगवान की भक्त है, क्यों टेंशन ले रहे हैं? If I don't worship Ganesh, what will happen? अरे गणपति भगवान का भक्त है, don't take tension. If I don't worship Shiva, what will happen? अरे वैष्णवा नाम यथा शंभु, शिव जी भगवान के भक्त है, टेंशन मत लो बाबा. Here we can see. What would you infer from this? Kali is unhappy with her followers who mishandle the pure devotees. So then later on, there was a king named Rahugana, and then he meets Jad Bharata. So they had
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Could you please increasing your volume? I can't hear properly, Prabhuji.
Okay. I will take me this. Hare Krishna. Can you hear now? Very good. Am I audible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So then, King Rahugana was going nearby, and he had 3 palanquin carriers, and one was missing. So they thought, okay, let us engage this Jad Bharata engage. And Jad Bharat was given the job. But Jad Bharat was very conscious that he will not step on the ants. So therefore, he was not walking straight. He was walking haphazardly. So Rahugana became angry and he chastised. He said, it looks like, अरे अभी बहुत थक गया तुम, हाँ शरीर बहुत पतला दुबला है. It was a sarcastic taunt मारा था उन्होंने, because he was strong man and he was just started carrying the palanquin. So then he didn't take because he was not identifying with himself a body. So he said, it is not to me. He's saying this to the body. So that when Bharat Maharaj said this, okay, if you consider, so I don't think I'm this body, but if you consider so, let me, I will carry you as a this. As soon as he said this, Rahugana immediately understood he is not an ordinary person. He is not an ordinary person, and immediately came out of the palanquin and surrendered to him. And then Bharat Maharaj instructs Rahugana. This is the first time actually Bharat Maharaj as a Jad Bharata starts speaking. So there Rahugana says, Bharat Maharaj says, Rahugana asked him, how can I get this? How can I become self-realized? How can I perfect my life? So he says, Jad Bharata says, there is no question of the he says in the association of devotees only it is possible. By the association of devotees only then you can get a perfection. And how to understand association of devotees? In the association of devotees, there is discussion about Krishna, there is discussion about Krishna's activities, there is a discussion about the holy name, but there is no place for the politics. There is no place for the sociology. There is no place for the material subjects. Where the Krishna is the center, that is the association. And the association helps us to remember Krishna. When we come to that association, then we can perfect our life. So what we learn from 3 lives of this Bharat Maharaj? So first, from Jad Bharat Maharaj, Jad Bharata, we understand, let us tolerate all the dualities, heat and cold, insults, praise, all the inconveniences in this life works to be tolerated so that we can focus on our life, our spiritual life. From the deer, we can learn the importance of association. He went to the Tula ashram and he performed austerities and always remember the Lord even in that situation. And from Bharat Maharaj, King Bharata, he gave everything, all his kingdom, so that he can give time and energy and focus on Krishna consciousness. So thank you very much for your question listening. And we have if any questions are there, you can take one. So officially class is over. So if somebody has some service or something, you can go. If any questions are there, we can go.
Hare Krishna. If anybody has any question, you may ask. So I think there is no question. So I welcome all of you for this morning class. We are hearing this Katha of Raja Bharat Maharaj, which comes in a Bhagavatam, and we have all already attended 3-4 lectures, and we are learning the lessons from the life of Bharat Maharaj. So Prabhuji taught us so many important things in this session related to take our precautions of our devotions. We should associate it with a saintly person, and simultaneously we should avoid bad association also. So in this session, we can also learn that Bharat Maharaj take a rebirth in a pious family, and that time he was so much afraid of their relatives and friends because all they were so much materialistic and not interested in spirituality. So so we also associated with so many materialistic friends, relatives. That time we can learn that how Bharat Maharaj took his precautions, take care of his devotion life. He used to live amongst them like a crazy person and all that thing. So we can learn how we should also protect our devotion life in by living in materialistic people. And after that, we taught us that when someone insults us, that time we should learn to tolerate that insult and focus on our spiritual consciousness. And simultaneously, we should not spoil our spiritual consciousness by fighting back with everyone. So many things we learn from this session that, and that I heartily thanks Prabhuji for giving his valuable times and sharing all these things. So let us express our gratitude by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
काही सूचना आहेत का प्रभूजी?